you won't pay shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now.
It's not my ting. It's not your ting. It's we ting. We ting radio.
Boom, boom, boom. Yo, it's your ting. It's my ting. It's we ting. Like in Trinidad and Tobago, friends, family, lock it, leave it. We ting. Stay true. Nah.
Hey, this is Hurricane Hayward Indial, and you're listening to Weeting Radio. Big up, man.
Greetings, you're listening to DJ 3rd Degree, the maddest DJ on radio. Anyway, Santana, say so.
Hey, this is your girl Rish Maramo, aka the Warrior Princess, and you're locked onto Weeting Radio.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, whoa. Yo, you know it's Mystic representing for Weeting Radio, man. Big up the train people and big up Diana, you know. Mystic is a boy representing, bringing the reggae vibe, bringing the little choker vibe as well. Screw some bunnies, a coolie boy. Me never shame, is a coolie boy. Why not the time, is a coolie boy. Yo, Mystic.
Hi, this is Nikki Crosby, and it's Weeting Radio. I mean, hello, it's Weeting, so I have to be in it. Weeting Radio.
Yo, this is your girl Shruti Ramanai, and you are listening to Weeting Radio. Don't feel this singing, you get come on them box your waist. Yes, man.
It's not my ting. It's not your ting. It's we ting. We ting radio.
Yo, I am Nishran M out of Trinidad and Tobago, and you are locked to We Ting Radio. Nothing sweeter than We Ting. Love you.
The way to Degree mash up the dance. They calling him a hooligan. A hooligan, a hooligan. Yo, this is what recorded. It's true, and right now it's all about DJ 3rd Degree. Keep it locked.
When we touch down, you won't pay shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now. When we touch down, pay shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now. You won't pay shell now. When we touch down, pay shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now. You won't pay. You won't pay shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now. When we touch down, shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now. You won't pay shell now. When we touch down, shell. When we touch down, you. When we touch down, when we touch down, you. When we touch down, when we touch down, you won't pay shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now. When we touch down, shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now. You won't pay shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now. Shell now, shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now. 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 Shell now, shell now, shell now, shell now.
All right.
You won't pay shell now. When we touch down.
All right, sorry about that little technical thing there.
When we touch down.
So it's your boy 3rd Degree.
When we touch down.
So like I said, let's share out the video.
When we touch down. You won't pay shell now. When we touch down.
Like I said, the featured business of the week today
When we touch down. You won't
is Miss Ffrench from Transamercia.
When we touch down. You won't pay shell now.
Talking about the importance of life insurance, right?
When we touch down. You won't pay shell now. When we touch down.
So let's share out this feed.
When we touch down.
Thank you, Miss Voodoo Singh.
When we touch down. You won't pay shell now. When we touch down. You won't pay shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now. When we touch down, you won't pay shell now.
So we just wait for everybody to share out the feed.
When we touch down, you won't be shell now.
Jamming girl on the speaker.
When we touch down, you won't be shell now. Shell now, shell now, shell now, shell now.
Oh Lord, celebrating life. I know the limit is the sky. Yeah. And I know that I ain't living twice. Hey. That's why I'm living for tonight. On cloud nine, live like it all could end tonight. On cloud nine, oh Lord, I must wind up on something.
Good afternoon, Miss Ffrench. How you doing? God, you hearing me okay? I'm hearing you fine. How's everything? Are you hearing me okay, Miss Ffrench, over there? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Check. Can you hear me? I guess not. All right, check the volume. I'm going to text you. So here's what.
Right now, I'm here. Right now, I'm here. Right now, I'm here. Right now, I'm here. Right now, I'm here.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Larger Bev Patel out in the UK.
From your wake up this morning, you's a winner. Yeah. From your wake up this morning, you's a winner. Yeah. Watch out, Jaja. Here we love and life now. Everywhere is vibes now. Oh, I say watch out, Jaja. Bring woman so nice now. What more could I ask for? Beside a woman in front to go down and walk up she waist and get on and mind that she body can wind up no more. Cause life is short and tomorrow not sure, so I live like this my last. Oh, drinks in the hand now. Jump up and waves the plan now. Just have and girl be the man now. Whoa, cause it takes so sweet, yeah. Sometimes I feel like I don't wanna go home. Cause it takes so sweet, yeah. Sometimes I feel like I don't wanna leave, oh no. Right now I feel like a jump down, I feel like a right down. I want to own and I'm up right now, I'm come back, yeah. I feel like a jump down, I feel like a right down, I feel like a jump down, I feel like a right down, cause it takes a sweet,
this morning. You's a winner, yeah. Sometimes I wonder, yeah, where I wanna be when this time is over. When this time is over. Sometimes I wonder, yeah, how life would have been if we didn't have soca. If we didn't have soca.
Afternoon, Judy.
Them go down and buck up the waist and get on and mind till the body can wind up no more. Cause life is short and tomorrow no sure, so I live like it's badass. Oh, drinks in me and now, jump up and away, music run now. Just stop and girl with the man now. Whoa, cause it tastes so sweet, yeah. Sometimes I feel like I don't wanna go home. Cause it tastes so sweet, yeah. Sometimes I feel like I don't wanna leave, oh no. Right now I feel like a jump down, I feel like a right down. I want to own and I'm up right now, I'm a stand bad, yeah. I feel like a jump down.
How we sounding now?
Cause it tastes so sweet, 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 sweet.
Large of Envy sound. Good afternoon, God to Raj.
They call me Bond. Ron Bond. Agent 09.
So let's share out the feed. Are you able to hear me now? Check, 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 check. Can you hear me now, Miss French? Large up John from Queens, right? So good afternoon, one and all.
I love how you move. I love how you move your body. Come, Sade, walk it for me. I'm standing nothing to say cause your lips them look so good like plenty cherry. You lift and you drop it for me. Oh la la mama fit to pity. So you on the road yesterday. The rhythm your waist up like you lele. Cause I must get a kiss of the waist mama before I die. Just give me where you never get nobody to be shy. I know all of them who watching they go talk. But when they talk we go tell them I don't know about you. But when I don't in the bar me and a woman and me chanting. soca. I don't know about you, but when I'm on the road and I'm in the boat, you know I'm not sober. She grip me like a man over, got me chanting, chanting.
Are you able to hear me, Miss French? Hit, hit.
She got me here begging for more. One pass off like butter cocoa. I grind and I walk up for so till she feds and them all and they want Gucci too. I ride her just like a moto. Rev it up then I ready to go. I love how she roll and she flow, got a bumper, it rosy like a Moscato. I must get that taste of the waist, mama, before I die. Just give me when you never give nobody to be shy. I do all of them who watching they go talk. But when they talk, we go tell them, I don't know about you. You go and down in the bar, me and a woman and me chanting. She dancing to a soca. I don't know about you. But when I'm on the road and I'm in the mood, you know I'm not sober. She grip me like a man over, got me chanting, chanting.
So we're just trying to work out some of the technical difficulty.
look like you have a turbo engine. Let me fix it. Look at it like the can I like blinking. The price can fit, let me put the wrench in. Let me fix it. You know that I like to walk on them big things. Yeah, it's wrench. Screwdriver, the wrench. Screwdriver, baby, wrench. Screwdriver, the wrench. Screwdriver, baby, wrench. Screwdriver, the wrench. Screwdriver, baby, wrench. Screwdriver, look it coming. Yeah, look the hammer, 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 hammer. Baby, let me put it in that. Baby, the wrench like cut. Baby, cylinder bust. Baby, give me the engine and make it yeah. Motor walking slow, either running fast. Let me fix it. Carburetor choking with the gas. I want to fix it. Chassis bend up like a crash. Let me fix it. Only smoking when you pass. I want to fix it. Yeah, it's wrench. Screwdriver, do the wrench. Screwdriver, baby, wrench. Screwdriver, do the wrench. Screwdriver, baby, wrench. Screwdriver, do the wrench. Screwdriver, baby, wrench. Screwdriver, look it coming. Yeah, look the hammer, 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 hammer. Baby, let me put it in that. Baby, the wrench like cut. Baby, cylinder bust. Baby, give me the engine and make it yeah. Punch on the yam on it. Start to the feet up. Ha. Then you reverse it and back it up like a truck. Ha. The engine break down. I come to make it work. Yeah, time for diagnostic. Come let me jack it up. Yeah, yeah, this wrench. Screwdriver, do the wrench. Screwdriver, baby, wrench. Screwdriver, do the wrench. Screwdriver, baby, wrench. Screwdriver, do the wrench. Screwdriver, baby, wrench. Screwdriver, look it coming. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So here's what we're just having a little technical issue on that side. We're trying to get it worked out. So good evening, one and all. Good evening, good evening. Still trying to work this out. We'll be right back. I'll be right back. Let's share out the feed, right? So I'm telling you, the other night with Miss Buddha sing, I tell you, this rhythm, this song, they just give you a jumbie, you know. Just give you a jumbie. Good night, Angie. So don't know what the issue is, but here's what. So I advise Miss Ffrench, because she's not able to hear us, but we could hear her. And it's kind of hard to problem shoot and play music at the same time. So we're going to reschedule her to next week. We're going to see if we get this worked out on her. Good evening, Adi Shama. Yeah, I don't know what's going on her side because all the volume, everything is up. The settings look correct, but she can't hear anything. I even had her open up a YouTube. And she's not hearing anything, not hearing us on that side. So unfortunately, that's not going to work. But I'll be back tomorrow. I'll give all you a little bit of music for a little bit because I still want to see if we get hers to work out. Tomorrow we dropping a brand new track from VRAM. And we also got a brand new track release. Randy Ramdin and Raj Prasad.
That right.
4 inches of snow. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Listra. Are you hearing me, Miss French? Are you hearing?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second. Aha, so we're good to go now.
Yes,
There we go, there we go, there we go.
All right.
Fortunately, right, we only have a little bit of time, but I'm sorry about that. So good evening, Miss French. How you doing? How you feeling?
Good evening. Feeling fine. How about you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So thank you for joining us. And the reason why we're having you on today, you work with Transamercia. And as we know, with COVID and things like that, and I recently had a lot of people that I've known very recently end up passing, some due to COVID, some due to other complications and things like that. And life insurance is such a huge thing that a lot of people overlook, especially in regards to the fact that, you know, they don't plan for their kids and stuff like that. So I know some people, unfortunately, that end up passing and then leaving a single spouse and so forth, where they can't do anything in regards to, it's very hard for them to move forward. So let everybody know a little bit about yourself and in regards to the huge importance of this.
Absolutely. So thank you again, Alan, for this opportunity to be able to share some very important information about life insurance to our people. So I'm Sade Ffrench. I'm with Transamercia. Been with the company for over 8 years. Transamercia has been around since 1904, and this is a very strong company, one of the best out there, I must say. The great thing about Transamercia is we carry a variety of life insurance products, from term life to final expense. So we do the term life, whole life, index universal life, final expense. So if there's any company that you want to check out about getting your loved one covered, this is going to be the company.
All right, hold on. We're getting a little feedback. There's no other browser windows open on your laptop. Is that correct? Just this one?
Just this one. Well, let me double check. Yeah, I don't have one.
Okay, all right. So let me see. I'll try and adjust some things here. Now, one of the things that I know about is, which is like something that people worry about. They feel that they can't qualify for life insurance. You know, health issues, diabetes, all these different kind of things and stuff like that. I know years ago when I had gotten my life insurance policy and stuff, I was very overweight and whatnot. So that ended up putting me on it's called rated, right? So
Exactly.
I got rated at a different level and things like that.
Yes.
Let everybody know about what that aspect, how that works out.
Okay, so how that works is, depending on your height and weight, it's going to determine if you're eligible for coverage or not. If you have pre-existing conditions, some company will not cover you. Now, the great thing about Transamercia is we do have coverage for almost everyone from age 0 to 85. I am not going to say that we cover every condition, because there are conditions that we cannot cover due to the severity of the illness. However, we are very competitive, and we will cover you with diabetes, even if you're on insulin, high blood pressure, cholesterol problems. So depending on, again, the health condition. So we do have quite a bit of leverage here where we can actually say it is not so hard to get life insurance.
Now, there's also the thing about the difference between whole life and term policies and things like that. If you want to explain what that is to people.
Absolutely. So term life is like you're renting. It is for the term, just like it says, whether it's going to be 10 years, 15, 20, 25, or 30 years, you're going to have a level premium that you'll pay for those years. The premium will never increase. However, at the end of the term, you're going to be 10, 20, or 30 years older. So that premium is going to increase a whole lot. With whole life, it's just like it says for your whole life. It's going to cover you from whatever age you take the policy out until you expire. Now, the good thing about it is we do have similar terms where you can pay your whole life for 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years. Now, the difference between that and term life is the whole life, once you have paid it out, it's going to stay in your safe until you are no longer with us. Then the beneficiaries will get the proceeds. It's a little bit more expensive than the term life because it's almost like you're buying your house. So you never ever have to worry about this policy ending. It does not increase with your age. The premium will be the same. What it start out to be today, it will be the same 20, 30, 50 years from now, however long the Lord decides to have you here on earth.
Now, one of the other things, and you're able to borrow from a whole life and stuff like that, correct?
A whole life plan does accumulate cash value that you can borrow from. That is correct. Again, unlike term life, that does not happen with term life. You pay your premium just like car insurance. You pay if you have an accident, then they'll cover you. It's the same type of situation with the term life. Now,
and also with the whole life. So even though you get a policy for a face amount for something, it ends up being more later on. Is that correct?
It depends on how it's funded. That is correct. We have different types of policies that you can actually put more money into it and end up with a whole lot more coverage at the end. Or sometimes you can take the money from it and still have a certain amount to carry over until you're no longer here. Now, the beautiful thing about Transamercia is we offer policies with living benefits. What does that mean to you? It means life insurance you can use while you're still living. We don't have that everywhere because if you should suffer a chronic, critical, or terminal illness, you can actually get a lump sum of your face amount paid to you while you're still alive.
Actually, I'm getting some messages that the sound is going a little in and out. I don't know what's going on there. Let's see. Let's try it again.
Okay.
Maybe, you know what? Reduce the volume level a little bit because I remember it was at 100. So let's reduce that a little bit. That could probably be it.
Okay. Let's see.
So, but you are able to hear me correctly, though, right?
I'm able to hear you correctly.
Okay, good. All right.
Yes.
So let's try that now because I'm not getting that little issue there.
Okay.
Listener, let me know how is it sounding now, and thank you. Now, one of the things also with COVID and stuff like that that's going on now, is COVID a pre-existing condition? Because let's say if you tested positive and now you want to get life insurance and things like that, is COVID considered a pre-existing condition? Is there any limitations for that?
Right now, it is.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
So that means higher premiums then, is that correct?
It is correct. And sometimes, depending on the client's health condition, it can be a decline.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now, is there like a waiting period and so forth? Because as we know, this is so new, right? In regards to this new pandemic and things like that. Is it something that like you can look at maybe 6 months down the road, or is it a year, or is it that because you tested positive for COVID, then they're not going to be able to insure you?
That is no. Well, right now they're saying 6 months. So
6 months.
6 months from you have been tested positive and cleared. So let's say you were tested positive, but now you're in the clear. You still need at least 6 months to be completely clear before the company will look into insuring you.
Okay, and I just had another question and I went blank. Because, so 6 months to wait, and is it the certain types of testing, the difference between the antigen test and the PCR, or is it once you just give 2 negative tests or so forth after 6 months?
It's the 2 negative tests after 6 months, correct.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow. Now, in regards to what have you seen an increase for life insurance during this pandemic period and stuff like that? Because
absolutely.
Okay, good. So that's a good thing.
I wasn't expecting it, but yes, It is actually coming in. A lot of clients are more concerned because a lot of them may have suffered a loss and didn't have anything to put their loved ones away, so they grieve twice. They're crying the loss of their loved ones, and then they're crying because they're not able to put them away properly. So for that reason, they're making sure that they
Hold on one second. We're still getting a few. Maybe do you have your cell phone near the laptop or something? Maybe that might.
yes.
Oh, okay. Probably. Maybe that's it. Sorry about that. Now, in regards to what is the three main areas you tell people what they should focus on in regards to obtaining life insurance?
Well, it's going to be the weight, the health conditions. That's basically it, though, because
Also, smoking and things like that, right? And drinking and stuff.
well, smoking is going to give them a higher
Yeah.
rate. That is correct. Yes, that is correct.
Now, if a person, let's say, and what about vaping and stuff like that? Is vaping considered in part of this too?
It is considered a part
wow,
of that,
okay.
and it also depends on what's in it.
Now,
Because if it's just cigarette, then it's okay, but if it's anything other than cigarette, then it's considered a part of it as well.
okay. Now, let's say if somebody stops for a year and things like that, is that something that actually changes it also in regards to rating and stuff like that?
It will. They normally say stop smoking for a year and
okay.
reapply, and yes, that can change the rating.
All right. Now, are you able? Now we have people from all over and stuff like that. Are you able to speak to them from any different states, or you only could focus on the state of Florida?
I can speak with them from any state in the U.S.
Okay. So I have your phone number listed there: 954-649-6676.
That is my number. That's my best contact number.
Are you on social? Do you recommend social media or email or anything like that to get in touch with you?
My phone number is fine.
Okay. Phone number. All right. So we have that. So, ladies and gentlemen, you could be from anywhere in order to look into life insurance. Now, in regards to like the dollar amounts and stuff like that, what do you recommend to use as the basis in regards to reaching a number for policies and things like that?
Okay. And Alan, that's a tough question. Reason being, each person has a different need. And so it really depends on the person's need. But if you're just looking for final expense, just something to put your family member away properly, a funeral can run you anywhere from 10,000 to 50,000. So a safe net, I'm always telling my clients, would be 25,000. Have a minimum of 25,000.
Okay. Now, what about like the unfortunate situation of death and things like that? What's like the process to be able to get the money from in regards to somebody's life insurance? Because I know that like for funeral expenses and things like that, is it a lengthy process? Is it something that certain information is needed in order to speed it up?
Well, as long as you have a copy of the death certificate, then we work with the funeral home. So even if they don't have the death certificate, once we can verify the death, then the company will start processing the claim. So anywhere from 7 days to 14 days.
Okay. All right. So 7 days to 14 days, no problem.
Correct.
And now with COVID, I know pretty much a person like yourself like to meet with people face to face and whatnot, to have that personal interaction with your prospective clients. And
Usually.
Right. So is virtual the aspect that you're using now and stuff like that, or just strictly phone calls and whatnot?
Well, 90% of it is right now we're doing the phone calls with a blend of the virtual.
Okay.
So in person, I want to say maybe 5%.
Really? Well, yeah. I mean, your safety as well as everyone else's safety.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, before I let you go, any other points you would like to address or areas of concerns you want to let the public and them know?
Well, yes, absolutely. I want everyone to understand that life insurance is not a bad thing, because a lot of times when I talk to someone, they would say, oh, I'm not worried about what's going to happen to me when I die. But in essence, we really don't want to leave the burden on our loved ones. And if we really love the ones that we claim that we love, then we should really make sure that we put something into perspective so that when we're no longer here, the burden is taken off of them.
Exactly. And like myself and Amelia, that was one of the things because you never know when it's going to happen and stuff. I mean, if we all knew, yeah, definitely. But
Exactly.
but you, unfortunate expenses and whatnot, and especially if you're a breadwinner or the person
Exactly.
that is the majority of the contribution to the household, this is something that's needed because unfortunately with loss of life to a key person like that in a household, it turns everything in disarray, and then
That is
everybody has to refocus, especially like for instance, if we have a stay-at-home mom and then the husband's working, or vice versa, stay-at-home husband and the mom's working, and unfortunate situation happens, everything turns upside down. So this
very
is
true.
definitely something to look into. And I know in regards to like the term policies, the dollar numbers is more manageable than
Always.
right, and so forth. So this is something that, for a few dollars a day, can make a huge difference in somebody's life. So,
Very true.
like for instance, we got people in them that like to go to the club or like to go to the bar or, buy outside food once a week or
Right.
twice a
Right.
week or maybe even 3 times a week. But if you forgive that, let's say for
Right.
one of those days, if you buy in food twice a week or lunch or whatever the case may be, and you forgive that, maybe what, $30, $40 a month, you can actually have a life insurance between maybe what, 25 to 50,000
Very
to
much.
have some comfort for your family.
Oh yeah.
That's realistic, right?
Very realistic, and I preach that every day. Yeah.
And this is why I have, as yourself and other members that's in this industry that's pretty good. That's that's the big hesitation. And I look
Yes.
at things at a different thing. I'll be like, you can go to the club and buy a bottle or go and buy a 12-pack and do this and that and whatever. But the thing is, if you go, you don't know if your family's going to eat tomorrow. This is the
Very
things,
true.
or if they're going to have a roof over their head. So and this is one of the reasons why I definitely wanted you to come on board, and I thank you for taking the time. I'm
Of
sorry about
course.
the little technical difficulties that
No problem.
we're experiencing and stuff, but the importance of this, because nobody ever knows when the number is going to get called and whatnot. But when you're an integral member of your family, and especially in regards to the financial aspect of the household, this is something that must be looked into. Yes, we have COVID as a situation, but if you make little tweaks here and there, it's something that could be manageable just for that safety net,
Very true. Very true. Because when you don't have life insurance and something happens, then what I see a lot that goes on is they go out and they do the t-shirts, the cups, and it's just so much pressure because you're so weak because you're worried about the loss of that loved one.
Yeah,
And
like
then,
the GoFundMe's and doing this and that
yeah,
and
yeah.
whatever, and it's hard. It's hard that way.
It's extremely hard. And we're here to answer any questions, and we're local, so there's always going to be someone in whichever state you are that you can actually go into an office. Right now, because of COVID, as I explained before, we're not really seeing the clients in person. But if there's a need, if someone really wants to meet with us, we will do the social distancing and we'll meet with them and explain it to them more. We do one-on-one all the time.
Exactly. So here's what number again is 954-649-6676. Just tell Miss Ffrench that you saw her on Weeting Radio, and she'll be able to help you out. Once again, it doesn't matter where you're located at. So like Andy Shama, you're in California, in Colorado, under all that snow, it's not a problem. Give her a call if you have any family, relatives and whatnot, especially new parents. I know this is something that they don't look at, but it's something that's crucial.
Very, and because they're so young, and 9 times out of 10, their premium is going to be more affordable than for somebody like myself who's a little bit older. So I always encourage the younger people to tap into life insurance now. Don't wait until it's too late when they get a little older and it's more expensive.
Okay, great. Well, once again, thank you very much, Ms. Ffrench, for taking the time. We'll bring you back on a later date again, so we could, definitely reach out to more people and get this word out there that, the huge importance of obtaining this. So thank you again. Do stay safe, you and your family and the boys and them.
Thank you. Most welcome. Same to you and yours. Tell Amelia
you.
hello.
Thank you. Will do. You take care. All the best.
I'm not. Goodbye.
So we ting. Like I told you, this is something that's very important. This is something very important, right? I'll leave the number there. Good night going out to the Ragunan family. So once again, good night to each and every one of you. I'll be back tomorrow. 7 o'clock. That's right, 7 p.m. We have a brand new release from VRAM. We have a brand new release from Raj Prasad. And my boy Randy Reckless. That's right, that's right. So I'm leaving her number there. Like I said, the importance of life insurance is crucial. And as you guys see, the life insurance industry, as you heard, the life insurance industry is taking into account positive tests. Now you have to wait 6 months and have 2 negative tests. So you want to get it now sooner than later. So get ready to roll out. Once again, get life insurance. See there, I'm going out to Janice, my mom. And my dad. Ho, ho. So good night all.